Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at the Love Cup, and today we're going to have some test battles with Slowking. And this Pokemon got buffed this season. Honestly, looks like a lot of fun for this meta, so I want to try it out. I asked you as well on YouTube as well as on Twitter to give me some test battles, and we have some fun ones here coming up. And honestly, way too many Scrafty. Sorry, but Scrafty is such a pain for this team. This is one of those Pokemon that is just a little bit tricky to play. I beat this Pokemon at halftime. So don't get me wrong, like we can absolutely destroy this Pokemon, but it can be a little bit tricky. And so today we're going to have an interesting team. We have the Licky back from basically destroying the last regional. And we will see here now as well that the Aquatail is going to get some solid damage in against the opponent's Crafty. In comes now the Slowking, and we can go for the full asset down. At least it's what I wanted to do. But we're forced to use a shield. The foul play is coming through, and we can go for the full farm down. This team, by the way, is from my top team video. If you want to play this cup and you don't have any idea on what you want to run, take a look at my top 10 teams for this meta, where I tried, where I put this team in there as well, and I kind of want to try it out. And honestly, it worked out quite well. There's going to be one battle which is coming up very soon, which I saw already in editing, that was quite wild, which was the first battle. But here we are going to be able to just completely destroy them with a Slowking. Slowking is going for the complete destruction of the opponent here, as Flamigo has no chance. This is the battle, which this was the first battle that I did. I get absolutely hardwalled in the lead, as well as kind of destroying even our saves up, as the fast move was going to be resisted, as well as they have access to Brick Break, which is doing super effective damage against us. So that is absolutely fantastic. And in comes here, again, Brick Break dropping our stats. We have the Tinkaton coming in, which is a very solid here right now, because it only takes neutral damage from this fast, from the charge move here as well. The fast moves are resisted. It resists basically most of my moves of my lead, and triple resist actually the fast move of my Melodic with a Dragon Tail. So I could have not asked for anything worse, and I still try to play it a bit risky, which here's the thing, I know it's kind of embarrassing most likely. I actually am not too familiar about the damage of Galarian Slowking against a Tinkaton. And so the Psyshock does do a little bit too little, but also we kind of get a bit unlucky, as the Boulders here is going to get the debuff, which is quite unfortunate because they have their own Melodic, and this battle actually could have went quite a bit differently here if I didn't get a debuff, because I would have been able to take those moves here a little bit easier, especially as I had an energy advantage. But basically now, at this point, we do the same amount of damage. They drop my defense even further. I'm forced to go for the Aquatail, which is not even going to be enough to knock them out. And everything kind of just goes, downwards here right now. I can go ahead and, no shit, this is going to be the Aquatail. I go down, and I have not really any chance. We just got completely destroyed here, completely hardwalled from the opponent. Good game though, but let's take a look what you can do against the next opponent. Here's the thing, there's getting hardwalled and there's getting hardwalled. What I mean with this is, for example, here with the Scrafty, I don't have a great lead matchup, and I don't have a great save-up matchup with that Pokemon. It's not ideal, but we can still play around it, because the fast move against our lead is actually double resisted. It's not doing that much. You can play it even out with the lead if you really wanted to. And here we're still going to be able to get some damage in against the opponent as well. But at the end of the day, this is still playable, while against a Mud Slapper in the lead, I have no chance of playing it out, because they're just going to farm me down. They're just going to farm me down, end up with a ton of energy, and that's going to be it. So, Thunder Punch is coming in here from the opponent. In comes now via Ladias, which was a great catch. But I saw it actually, and I still wanted to go for the bait anyway, and I'm going to go for another bait here now, because the only thing I'm going to be able to do here is I'm going to be able to get them low. I have my Dragon Tail user in the back. I get the shield here actually, which is also kind of fine, and I can just apply pressure immediately. And I'm going to use the shield here just in case they're going to go for their Mist Ball. They go for their Outrage, which is interesting, quite a lot of energy. And we can go for the full farm down, which now allows us to have a ton of energy to punish whatever comes in. It's going to be my cargo, and here I think this was kind of where, not ideal timing there. I just maybe pressed the move a little bit too late. I thought I'd pressed it early enough for the Aquatail, but I guess I didn't. It doesn't matter at all, because I'm still going to be able to reach another move against the Cargo. And even if they're going to go for a charge move to knock me out, I am not in a position where I'm too worried, because I still have another Pokemon left and they have 1 HP. So good game to the opponent. Well done, but not enough against our Slowking at the end of the day. And we have a lot of tough matchups here today, But Slowking just really doesn't care too much. We still somehow come back against most of our opponents today. So we have a Shadow Ball here against the Wormadam. Of course, Wormadam Trash, double resisting our fast move. Not going to be ideal for any of our Pokemon right now. I am going to let the move go because Licky is, I think, it's definitely our bulkiest Pokemon on the team. And in comes the Bruxage. I don't play this one perfectly. I get the free fast move here, which is cool, but I actually don't really benefit too much from it because what we see is that I do have now 100 energy, and my fast move here doesn't give me anything, basically. I go for the Shadow Ball, which the opponent, of course, going to go for a shield here. It doesn't actually really matter too much because I only got to get off 2 charge moves anyway, so even if I went for the Body Slam spam, it will not help me at all. And so, yeah, I'm going to be able to get Ball Shields from the opponent, and now I have to play smart, I have to play clever, I have to let this move go, and the Psychic Fix is going to drop our defense, but of course they're going to have the Confusion on their Pokemon, which can be quite difficult, but the Wormadam is now going up against our shiny Shadow Milotic, where we can now knock them out, get even the free fast move here up as well, which is a perfect for ourselves. Let's see what's coming in next. It is going to be the Bruxage again, and I'm alright with that. I can use a shield, I can use my energy on my Milotic, I can go for 2 fast moves here first before throwing, because it's the perfect amount of energy, or like the perfect amount of fast moves you can do before the second damage from the second Confusion comes in, so I can stay here a little bit more healthy. And in comes Magcargo. Again, I'm very bad fast move timing. For whatever reason, I just really messed it up today. I just gonna blame lag. I don't think there was lag, I just gonna blame lag. Your fault. Just joking. But yeah, I usually do it better. I absolutely usually do it better, so I don't know what really happened there. I'm actually well aware that you're supposed to go for 3 fast moves there, not just 2. 2 is actually the worst kind of possible way you can do it other than just going straight. Because with a 2, you end up at 6 turns and you're actually going to lose 4 turns total, which is kind of the maximum that you can lose without just throwing straight away. Anyway, now we're going to take a look here now at the Scrafty again. As said before, Scrafty has been quite common, and Scrafty actually has been quite difficult for my team to handle, so let's see if we're going to be able to win this time around here. We're going to be able to go for the Body Slam spam. We actually get another charge move off, which is fantastic, as now we can swap out into the Slowking, where we can use a shield in order to protect ourselves from a Thunder Punch. I didn't really need the shield here. In comes Latias. That is that a Mist Ball? It is a Mist Ball, so good shield from me. I can go for the Psyshock just to kind of tick down that Switch Lock. I assume they're going to use a shield here. They do not. They don't want to. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna go for another Psyshock. That's all right. We exactly everything like as we planned here right now. I get 2 fast moves in against the opponent, which is cool. But at the end of the day, this is not really looking too great for ourselves, as we have to go into our Slowking, which is going to be trying to go for the full warm down, and that is very likely going to be the Aura Sphere, which is going to not be able to knock us out because it's double resisted hit at the end of the day. But we're still kind of low. The opponent has a shield left. They have a Clefable that's actually still playable. I might still have a chance of winning this battle because of that Clefable here, even though we kind of screwed up quite a bit earlier. I try to catch the move. It does work out. Okay, all the kill here with 1 HP. That is going to be perfect to take the Media Mesh, and they just retaliate here. It absolutely doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter. The only way I could have won this is if somehow the Clefable would get knocked out by a Psyshock, as well as my other Pokemon, as well as the opponent's Scrafty would be able to get knocked out by a Psyshock. Scrafty definitely would have, but Clefable wasn't even close, so like I had no chance of actually knocking them out at this point anymore. Alright, we have a Licky against us in Elite, which has access to Shadow Ball, which of course we have to be a bit mindful of. Psyshock is coming in and going to do some solid damage, and I can catch the move onto our own Licky. And that's exactly what I kind of want to do here, because Shadow Ball is going to be double resisted, and then it was kind of painful for the opponent to watch all the energy going to waste, as we're going to be able to go up against the opponent's Shadow Latias, going for the Body Slam spam, trying to just get the shields from them, because now I can just go for the Shadow Ball, and I don't really care too much what the opponent going to do, because I could swap out afterwards and have 2 very good options. Like, honestly, 2 very good options, as Aura Spheres is double resistant on our lead, and yeah, we have Dragon Tail damage with our backline, but as you see, they're just gonna sacrifice their Pokemon. They have actually also 2 Pokemon of our team in there as well, with Milotic as well as a Licky. Here, Milotic up against our Licky. We can go for the Shadow Ball against the opponent, which is going to allow us to go for some nice solid damage. This is getting them super low, and we can try our best to reach another one, which we can. And if the move go through, the Milotic is going to go down, which is exactly what's going to be happening here, as we have only the Licky left, as we have still basically 2 full health Pokemon. It's game over. Like, I don't really need to talk about it here. This game is so over, as it is kind of crazy. Like, there's nothing the opponent can do here at all. I can go for the Style Shock. Okay, they're gonna shield. I'm just gonna play it safe. I'm just gonna swap out of here because if I keep energy on my Pokemon that I have here on my Slow King, I can either gonna get to another charge play down. I just farm down, man. Like, or I win here. It really doesn't matter. They had no chance of winning this battle. Like, they had no even possible option to win this. Okay, we have Scrafty for the 20 millionth time against us. That is not ideal. But this time around, they're actually running Snarl, which is not a bad idea after Counter got nerfed. Snarl Scrafty actually is kind of funny because it has access to a lot of good moves against me. And here, we try to catch a move. It's going to be the foul play landing up against our Licky instead of the fighting type move, which I'm actually quite happy about because now we see them going for another move there as well. They don't do a lot of fast move damage. This is going to be fine. It's going to be, of course, the upper hand, which is going to drop our defense here as well. It's only a 30% chance, but so be it. And they sub out into their own Licky. It allows me still to go for another charge move here. Of course, if I didn't get the debuff, I maybe would have been able to even reach another charge move afterwards as well. But we can now swap out into our own Milotic, trying to apply pressure early, as we know that the opponent has a ton of energy. The Shadow Ball is coming in and doing some solid damage. I can go for the Awkward Tail spam here, and this is exactly what I kind of want to have, as this move is going to do now no damage because they use a shield, and that's fine because I do speed the same way as they do to my moves, basically. As we will see, like, they're going to generally generate energy, I think, by 1 extra more. And at the end of the day, like, in the long run, it might help them a little bit more. But as you can see, we are actually kind of fine. Yeah, I got them super low. I'm happy with that. I don't need really anything more. Milotic, you did your job, and now it's down to our Slowking to sweep the opponent's team. Like, we have only the Slowking left. Can we still win this battle? Scrafty comes in, and Talonflame comes in, and yes, we can just win this battle because guess what? Slowking is just in such a prime position to sweep this game here. And let's take a look if we're going to be able to actually do a perfect catch for ourselves as well, because I can try to catch a move here, which works out absolutely beautifully as Licky is going to take the damage here. And now I am going to be able to just go for another charge move, go for the Side Shock, knock them out, and win us this battle, as we can now move on to the final battle for today's video. Let's take a look at the next opponent. We're going to have the Clefable against an Elite, which is fantastic. We just have to keep alignment. And with Licky as a say-stop, I'm actually quite hopeful because I have my own Licky, which means with a little bit of damage here that we get early on with a Side Shock, I should be fine at realigning, especially as I get the free fast move in, which is perfect for ourselves. As the Earthquake is going to land, that's fine by me. I don't really care too much about it. It's, of course, better for them to land an Earthquake compared to the Shadow Ball. But we're still in such a good position with ourselves here because, as we see, I have Body Slam stored now, and that means I have alignment, and alignment is practically the only thing I need in order to win in this battle here, and we will see as well why, because now I have the charge move coming through, Body Slam is coming in, we knock them out. We still might be even able to reach a Body Slam against whatever comes in here. Let's see, it's going to be the Macago. Okay, Body Slam it is, and I have no alignment, and that's all I need. I have alignment, and I'm happy. I can even take a hit here. The worst thing is actually, I think, Stone Ninja could learn. Of course, everybody is running Rock Tomb right now. I can just go for the Awkward Tail, but I also can just swap out when they go into the Clefable. And at this point, it's just locking down the opponent. We have perfect alignment, and they don't really have a lot of chance there. Like, the only thing that kind of helps us is that they have a shield advantage, but this does not help you in a situation like this. Like, seriously, it just doesn't. And so this is going to be it for my first video for the Love Cup. I really appreciate all of the support on the channel. I know that we are going kind of towards the end of this season and the start of a new season, which is going to be very interesting on how this is going to be. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Now we're still battling here for quite a bit, but there's not really anything that the opponent can do, like realistically, like what are you going to do with your Macago here, my friend? Yeah, but thanks so much for watching until this point as well. I hope you appreciate the content as well. Then if you do, feel free to leave a like on the video, helps me on a ton. And I hope you have a lot of fun in either Love Cup or the Great League, because at the end of the day, it's sometimes kind of fun to play without having to worry about elo ranges as well. But we will see as well, the Awkward Tail is coming in, knocking them out, and we can win this battle. Moving on to the end of this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you then. Bye-bye.